They're calling this one the race of the season. Second MX2 Moto from Moto Valley Raceway in Regina, Saskatchewan. Eric Nye out front early, but look at the cluster behind him, and look at the track in Moto Valley Raceway. That's the Blair Morgan corner. The top 5 bikes were within a second of each other. Ben Evans with an experienced pass gets into second. Jimmy Nelson with the shoulder check moves into third. Ben Evans takes the lead with a huge blocker on Nye. Evans goes off the track, and then Jimmy Nelson comes back to take the moto win and the clean sweep. How about the contact in MX1? Waugh goes down early. He had to fight his way back. And then Colton Bastiati took the lead and never looked back, getting his first moto win in MX1 competition. But there was turmoil on the track, doubling on the yellow flag. NorCal and Carpenter moved backwards. To the second MX1 moto, part-time big bike rider Michael Willard was out front early, but then Colton Bastiati took over. Paul Carpenter, fastest man on the track, passed Waugh to get into second place, and then things went awry. Colton Bastiati with a big prairie sampler goes down hard. Carpenter takes the moto win, and Bastiati gets his first overall. Okay, speed fans, time qualifying practice MX1 class Sunday morning at the Wild Rose MX Park in Calgary. Ryan Gauld and Mark Travers for the 2007 Canadian Motocross Championships. Ryan, let's quickly get into the big news in the MX1 class. Jean-Sébastien Waugh, concussion, out.
Yeah, not even here. Didn't even get on a plane. Apparently last week at a local race, crashed. Apparently a harmless crash that went down, hit his head, sort of like what he did last year before Montreal, and the head injuries are getting a lot serious, so he's not going to be here, apparently maybe for 2 rounds. So tough luck for JSR, but a little bit luck for Cook and Carpenter.
Definitely, we saw Carpenter go down yesterday in practice, so Mitch Cook is just like this all weekend. I can't wait to get on the track. The CMRC made another rule change this week. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they changed the yellow flag rule. They've went from making you were allowed to jump on a yellow. As before, the rule was it was a little too open. So now the stamp is you can jump on a yellow. If the red cross is out, no jumping, no passing, and a 10 position penalty if you do that. So jumping on a yellow is allowed. Proceed with caution.
And the word this year is doubling on that yellow, right? Because that was the whole situation before. We saw quite a few penalties, but now it's cut and dry, no gray area. Let's get to the track. Watching it instead of in practice, boy, the only thing I can see out there are some serious ruts. Holy mackerel, they developing.
Yeah, you know what? The crew here brought a whack of loam in, and it made it really, really soft. We're sort of used to seeing really hard packed stuff here. So it's got this loam, and we got these long, deep, huge ruts for great traction. So the guys that are going to, that nice smooth throttle, the guys that are coming through that stuff, but it's going to be good for passing. A lot of the tracks here, the guys have been thinking of one line. There's lots of line choice going in every turn. So for you guys sitting at home on the couch, just sitting watching, there's going to be guys. Should be a lot of this going on today. And then, of course, the jumps in Calgary. Lots of high flying. And as a rider, you love that. You get a little relax in the air, take a little breath, and then get yourself back down. So the jumping and with the line choice, we should have a really good day for racing.
Great elevation at both ends. A little supercross up top. This is a great track. Let's go up to the booth with Brian and get caught up with those points.
Are you one of the millions of people who think you just can't learn a new language? The problem isn't that you can't learn, it's that you've been using the wrong method. Well, thanks to our breakthrough software called Rosetta Stone, learning a new language is now incredibly easy and a whole lot faster.
I've probably learned more in the first 2 weeks than I have in months of taking formal classes.
Unlike traditional methods that require hours of tedious translation and memorization, with Rosetta Stone you're actively engaged in each lesson. From the very beginning, you'll see real-life images and hear native speakers.
El caballo corre.
This powerful combination teaches you to think in a new language, not memorize, so speaking comes naturally. You'll learn far more easily and more quickly.
I've used a lot of different mediums, the books, the tapes, and
Bar none, it's the best one that I've ever used.
I was one of those people who thought they could not learn a language, and I needed to learn a language for my job, so I needed to learn Spanish. And I learned Spanish quickly, and I did it through Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone is so fast and effective, it's used by the U.S. State Department, NASA, the U.S. Army, and Fortune 500 companies, and is the world's leading language learning software.
It's almost like having your own person there teaching you, your own private tutor who is just very relaxed in your home with you, sitting there teaching you the language.
Rosetta Stone is the fastest way to learn a new language, and to prove it, we'll send you our amazing demo CD, absolutely free when you call. There's no obligation to buy. Right away, you'll see for yourself just how fast and easy it is to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone.
This really is a great program.
I believe that you can learn any language with this program.
If you're serious about learning a language, there's no easier way to do it than with Rosetta Stone.
Call the number on your screen now and see for yourself why Rosetta Stone is the fastest way to learn a language, guaranteed.
Check it out in MX2 after 2 rounds. The top 3 are tight. Davenport beaten back a bit. We got newcomers Urquhart, McGlynn, Hibbert, and Hoyer in the mix. To the big boys of MX1 after 4 of 9. Carpenter in command, especially with Waugh out. It's up to Cook, Dubin, Gibson to fight for the box. Okay, Fabs, we had an interesting situation in the MX2 time qualifier. 4 of our top 10 riders, plus 2 extras, got nailed for cutting the track. They had to go to the LCQ. Hibbert and Evans transferred through into the main, but Sharon and McGlynn had to use a provisional. Miller and Hayes did not make the gate. Okay, Fabs out on the track with the Scott helmet cam and the Spanish fly. Yeah, Johnny Montez on the Kawasaki. This is Saturday. Nice dirt here into the off-camber. A big, long left-handed roller, a bit of a rise there. Now you get on the gas hard. They put that little single jump right in the corner. You can see Johnny wheeling, getting good traction here. Does a checkered flag, or that is the finish line tabletop. Now, a big left. Look how up high to the monster banner you can go. And now a rhythm section. A couple of these are in here just to kind of screw you up. You jump in, land on this tabletop, and you can see the lines and the rut options. And the outsides are always there here on this Calgary track for the riders that want to venture out there and slingshot. Here we're flowing down, and then it gets really tight down in here. Get on the gas hard. Not a lot going on here, but chop, chop, and more chop. Doesn't look like there's really a lot here as far as a challenge for the rider, but that chop is very challenging. The elevation changes on this track, spectacular. So fun for the riders to get light. Now they added this S bend in here. It slows the guys down coming off that last lifter. One line, but if you're really aggressive, you can make a pass up to the 110-footer. Yeehaw, Calgary! Nice job, Fabulous. All right, let's get that cement gate clean and get ready for some MX2 action.
This Wednesday night on Speed, Street Tuner Challenge. It's the tuner scene's ultimate test.
ECU tuning really, though, has been the biggest hurdle.
And to make the grade, it takes skill.
At this point, the games are over.
Strategy.
If there's any problems, we have a spare motor.
And some serious style.
It's an awesome design.
This is what Street Tuner Challenge is all about.
Let's pop the hoods, check out the engine.
Street Tuner Challenge, Wednesday night, 10 Eastern, 11 Pacific. Only on
A sudden storm can be frightening. Without flood insurance, it can be devastating. Because wherever it can rain, it can flood. And homeowners insurance doesn't cover flood damage. Protect your home. Call 1-888-FLOOD-70 for your free flood brochure. That's 1-888-FLOOD-70. Call for information today.
Hi, I'm John Scherer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. I'm the guy that gives away the free computer learning lessons. Well, today I'm here to tell you about a great new product that many of you have been asking for. And here it is, how to buy and sell on eBay, and I'll give it to you free. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I can make you the next millionaire selling an attic full of baseball cards, but I can guarantee you that I'll teach you everything you need to know about eBay while cleaning out your garage and probably putting some money in your pocket at the same time. Now, I can do this because I know that once you try my lesson on eBay, you'll be so satisfied that the next time you need to learn anything about computers, you'll come back to Video Professor for all your computer learning needs. And with over 55 lessons on all of today's most popular computer programs, I know that there's more you'll want to learn. Don't forget, call now and I'll send you eBay or any other lesson of your choice free. So what do you got to lose? Try my product.
Call 1-800-342-8096.
Welcome to Wild Rose MX Park in downtown Calgary. This is the first moto of the day, the MX2 West. This moto will be brought to you by Yamaha Motor Canada. Riders on the line. Brian, remember, cement start gate. They got to get those tires up to temperature as the monster board goes to 5.
Yeah, look at how cool this gate is. It is covered. We don't have that at too many tracks in Canada. The gate is down. The inside is the place to be. And look, Jimmy Nelson grabs that Royal Distributing whole shot in style on that backward Yamaha.
With a huge handful of throttle around that left-hander, Brian. It's a big sweeper, but you're right. That inside gate is the pick. Look at Nelson outside. Now look at that chop in there from the qualifying this morning. It is huge. Down low as they come through that left-hander. The boys are all bunched up. They've got to get into these up and down sections to separate. Look at that 141 Potter with a great start.
Yeah, great line on the outside. Found some smooth dirt. Really important early in the moto to get sorted through and to get near the front of the pack. So you want to make the passes early. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Number 123 right now. That is Chris Kiefer from California sitting in second.
To the Scott Lockoff cam over that big over-under jump that we had last year, Brian, down into the valley. Look at the boys funneling through the S section. And you are right. Chris Kiefer with a dynamite start. We've got a couple of KTMs in the top 3.
Kyle Beaton, a fantastic move. He's sitting about 5th, taking the outside on that S-bend. And I like the way that S-bend has developed 2 lines. Now, I like Kiefer on the outside. Finds some dry stuff. Hooks up beautiful up the inside of Jimmy Nelson. Has a peek. He forces him out. An experienced move right there by Chris Kiefer.
That's the best speed, or the most speed we've seen from Kiefer so far this season. He looked good in Morton, but now he's in the lead, Brian. And look at this, the line for Nye on the inside. Oh, what a sweet move. Does he have it? Nelson very aggressive on the outside. But you and I were talking, the inside line on the step-up is the choice line.
Well, because you land right on the inside. The guy on the outside's got nowhere to go. Even if the guy on the outside's a bit faster, if you can block his line, you're going to grab the position. Eric Nye demonstrated that, and that step up now on an angle. So I'm liking the changes here at Calgary, and there's lots of them.
Nye making a move for the lead on the inside.
Yes.
Kiefer looks over. Nye takes the lead. Maybe a bit of teamwork there. Not a problem. Uh-oh. Here comes Nelson on the inside. Look at the little mini scrubber off the face of that finish line jump. Nelson in 3rd.
Nelson grabs the jump. Jimmy Nelson, though, this is of note, very sick right now with the flu. He is not well. It's very tough to race in these conditions when you're not 100%.
Jimmy Nelson now up to 2nd place as he got inside on number 123, Chris Kiefer. And you notice how choppy the track is in here, Brian. Man, it was wet this morning. They watered it nice, but those ruts are developing.
Gray Davenport sitting 4th right now. We have got, there's Tucker Hibbert, 103, and Kyle Beaton. Did he go down, Travers? Because he was up there in about 5th.
Can't see him. We saw Andrew Boleyn go through, and we also saw 149. That's McGlynn and Potter. Look at Davenport on the outside, and Ben Evans makes a move with that inside line, Brian. A great idea. He takes the position. Right now, Nye out in front. Oh, Jimmy Nelson on the big railer on the outside.
Gotta like the width of the track and the options. Jimmy's trying everything. And the key here is to find the smooth line. Watch these motorcycles work. They're dancing all over the place. These riders are working for it out here today.
Hibbert by Urquhart for 5th as we go down to Golden.
Check this out, MX2 Moto 1 going off the bat right now, guys. Ben Evans is chasing down. The guys are doing us, trying to keep with Jimmy Nelson. Close race in the Moto 1. Calgary is serving it up, boys. Back to you in the booth.
Ryan Gould in the trenches. Way to go, G. As we look at number 32, Eric Nye, currently in the lead, getting ready to go up and over the finish line jump. Jimmy Nelson holding tight, though, Brian. Very scientific for him right now. He's following, looking for an opportunity.
Being ill, I think Jimmy's best to follow, but he's making a move right now.
There he goes.
This is just like Regina. Nye led half the race. Jimmy came in and made his move.
Oh, no.
And Jimmy gets into first and steps off the bike. Looks like it's stalled. Yes, he did stall it. That's the last thing you want to do with these 4-stroke motorcycles, especially when the engines are hot. Oh, no, look at this. Ben Evans, he's making a move on Nye. He goes down as well.
And Hibbert slings by him and gets into 2nd place. You notice how those ruts don't have a smooth exit, Brian. Real choppy, and they almost bring you back to the middle of the track.
Yeah, very abrupt, Travs, and you'll see that when the guys get in. Oh, look at this.
Get out of
before it goes by, just drives his front right control right into the back of Jimmy Nelson. That's insult to injury. That has got to hurt.
That has got to hurt. You better believe it. With Nye in the lead, Hibbert right on his tail. Back into this section, Brian. I really like the left-hander, very rutted up in that corner, and then into the rhythm section where it starts to smooth out, and you can carry some speed through this middle part.
Nye getting a lot of experience leading motos here in Canada, but 103 Hibbert on that Cernex Monster Energy Kawasaki showing him a wheel, and Hibbert looks to be one of the fastest guys on the track right now. Oh no, a down rider just screws his mojo right up, and look at the chop out there, Travis. That is not a friendly racetrack.
Some evasive maneuvering from number 103 Tucker Hibbert, as well as Nye, as they danced around that down rider. Jimmy Nelson back up on the bike, Brian, but he just doesn't look like he's got it today. Maybe that back is sore. Down into the valley, number 32 Nye with some issues. Look at the speed for Hibbert on the outside as he gets into that rut, Brian. Side by side into the international section. I love it.
Great race action for the lead. Hibbert looks dangerous right now. A big whip for him. Now, through another floater. I love this part. A lot of passing here under braking, and the inside and outside offers all kinds of options, and you can see the dirt here is a little more forgiving, not quite so ruddy and choppy. Hibbert peeks on the inside, grabs the good rut. He's got him, Travers. He has got him. A great pass. Lappers may have factored in for Nye. Kyle Beat, we got the report, crashed on the second lap, and he has worked all the way back up to fifth. A very solid ride for him.
Jimmy Nelson back on the bike, cruising around in 8th place right now, Brian. Looks like he's just going to maintain his position, getting his last lap flag. To number 103, Tucker Hibbert on his final approach. He's won in this country before in this class, 2001, and that was at Kamloops.
Riding a Suzuki, so this is the second moto win, or it could be. He hasn't got it yet, but he has actually put a nice little gap on Eric Nye. I think Nye's just sitting pretty, banking on second on the box.
Hibbert, a big man on the motorcycle, normally looks good on the sled, looking great on the Kawasaki today. Has to be excited with his performance here today on the Calgary track.
NASCAR on speed. It's Sprint Cup.
Try to make it better, a little bit faster.
Nationwide and Craftsman Truck Series testing.
We got a lot of unknowns coming at us.
On NASCAR Preseason Thunder. Coverage from Las Vegas continues tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Be there.
What do you got? This watch can teleport you anywhere in the world.
Not bad.
Not bad? You can read a person's mind. This pen turns into a helicopter.
What's this?
The new Kawasaki KFX 450R. Fuel injection, reverse gear, aluminum frame. Yeah, it's advanced.
Auto insurance wasn't something I used to get animated about until I switched to Esurance.
Paul is an actual Esurance customer. Here we go, Paul.
With competitive rates and quote-by-print convenience, Esurance makes it easy to save time and money on car insurance.
And don't forget, if you ever run into any trouble, special agents are here to help you 24/7.
Who knew I could be so drawn to my auto insurance company?
Take a fresh look at your auto insurance. Get your quote from Esurance today.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 1-800-496-6951.
Winner of the first MX2 moto is number 103 Tucker Hibbert. Tucker, a very smart moto for you. You bided your time, waited for a good opportunity, got into some lappers, and took the lead.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I got kind of a bad start, stuck way on the outside, but just put my head down and charged hard. I made up a lot of ground on the first couple laps, and once I seen the leaders out there, I just put on a good charge and slowly started making up time, so I knew it was going to come down to the last few laps. And the lappers helped me out a little bit and kind of hurt me a little bit here and there, but it was a really good moto, and it feels great to be up here on the podium.
I made a pass on Jimmy on the first lap and Chris Kiefer, and then I started feeling real good, started getting a little bit of a lead, and then there's a lot of lappers out there, and you know, I got stuck behind one and Jimmy got me, but then I went to the outside in the next corner and he fell, and then I led until like the last lap, and there's a pack of 5 lappers, and it was just a guess, you know, inside, outside, and I went outside, and there's 2 lappers left out there, and so Tucker got me, but he rode good, and I'm happy with my ride.
Yeah, there's definitely some spots I was slower and quicker, but I tried to pick different lines, or if I saw Nelson or Nye or Hibbert have a better line, I'd try to take their line, and just things like that. You got to adjust really quick. You got to go out and you got to do the jumps right away, and you can't mess around when you don't know the track too well.
To the Yamaha leaderboard, Ben Evans hangs on to 3rd. Davenport beaten as a great ride for 5th. How about Urquhart, Weston Potter? Jimmy Nelson settles for 8th.
Currently 8th in the points, Rockstar Suzuki's Ryan Lockhart's coming into Calgary here. Ryan, you've been doing your usual thing, Mr. Consistency. Haven't had that flash or anything, but I think it's coming.
Yeah, you know, I'm feeling better every weekend, and I'm just kind of got off to a slow start. My collarbone there I broke in April kind of slowed me down, and I mean, I'm feeling better, and we're getting the bike styled in better, so I mean, I'm looking forward to getting through these last couple West rounds and moving on to the East.
The MX1 boys are marching to the battlefield. Stick around for more race action.
We'll be racing tough today.
Set it on speed and you never have to move.
There's a lot going on in the
laps of racing. That's good TV right there.
NASCAR on Speed returns in February. Be there.
The $2 200-calorie steak sandwich. Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Quiznos 2 new flatbread sandwiches. Just $2, 200 calories. Tender black Angus steak or balsamic chicken, toasted on soft artisan bread, only 200 calories. I'm still here. New Sammy's, big taste in our smaller size, part of our line of $2 Sammy's. Quiznos, love what you eat.
Some people go to Europe on vacation to find themselves. I went to Wyoming. Tech kind of set me on a foot where I wanted to go forward. Translated what I saw in my head and I put it down on the car. It's like going to school for a hobby. I learned a lot, pushed my hobby to a different limit. Making my hands do what I wanted it to do never gets boring. My name is Chris, and my school is Wyotech.
Get on the fast track to a career. Train with Wyotech. 1-800-868-2832.
What's your credit score? Not sure? Go to creditreport.com today and get your credit score and report for free in just seconds.
Visit creditreport.com now and enter the Big Score $100,000 giveaway. Get a chance to win up to $25,000 instantly and a shot at the $100,000 grand prize. Play today and you could really score big.
Go to creditreport.com now. Get your credit score and report for free and put that knowledge to work for you. creditreport.com.
Offer includes enrollment and credit monitoring.
Okay, guys, a real tough break. Restarting the MX1 Moto in that takedown. Mitch Cook and Jeff Dement down really, really hard. They've gone to the hospital. The EMS are looking after them. Our heart goes out to those guys, but the MX1 boys are going to be short a few more riders in Moto number 1 here in Calgary.
Brian, a rash of red flags so far this season, but the show must go on. First MX1 Moto from Wild Rose MX Park, and it'll be brought to you by MX Performance Magazine. Good shot of Coots and Drew Clegg out there. Those are the 2 boys we want to go for the Brass Knuckle Championship. Getting ready, Brian, and the gate is down. Coming to that huge left-hander. Who's going to get that Royal Distributing hole? Yeah!
Looks like the Suzuki of Josh Woods, a great jump, about 10 bikes in from the inside. For sure, he's got the clean air. This is what you want, but number 72, Drew Clegg sitting in second. Like to see that. He's a newcomer up to the front of the pack.
Privateer Clegg looking really good right now. Pair of Suzukis, and then we have the familiar 102 of Jeff Gibson with a great start. And how about the original? And there's Julian Cerny, Privateer with a great start.
Marco Dubé, Mason Phillips in the top 10. To the lead battle, a pair of Suzies like that for the yellow crew. And how about the Kawasaki of Jeff Gibson sitting in third? That is where he wants to be. He's about 4 or 5 spots up on his teammate, Paul Carpenter.
Through the Scott Lockoff cam into the S-Bends. There's the number 10 of Colton Fasciotti, currently in 4th place. He's got some fast lines on this track. Surprisingly enough, though, Tyler Medaglia had the fastest lap time in qualifying.
Yeah, and he's just outside the top 10, but he's charging hard here, Travs. Moving up. Carpenter has jumped a few positions as well. Gibson challenging Clegg on that factory Cernix Monster Energy Kawasaki on the outside. We have seen some passes here going for the crisscross. Look at that, a beautiful move by Gibson, just slingshot in the inside berm.
Brian, there are some options in the button hook. You saw Gibson go inside, Clegg outside, a little squirrely. Now he's got Fasciotti on his heels as they get into that rhythm section. This is definitely one of my favorite parts of the track.
These jump faces are absolutely perfect. It sets the riders up just great. Fasciotti takes a peek on Clegg. Clegg takes the line away.
No
Fasciotti forced wide. But I like Fasciotti's line here. He's out in the loose stuff. No ruts to deal with. Makes the pass. Tucks right into this nice little groove. And what I like about Colton is he's got his eyes focused on number 102, Jeff Gibson. He wants to be second right now.
Fasciotti in third place, and look at the size of Drew Clegg. That guy is a mountain. Number 101, Paulie Carpenter in the mix. Dubé, Julian Cerny, and Tyler Medaglia on the outside.
Medaglia skips out of the rut, but he is on a charge. Oh, yes, our second place rider, Jeff Gibson. Number 102 is down. That puts Colton there into second, and Drew Clegg having the ride of his life in third on that Privateer Suzuki.
Clegg runs about a deuce and a quarter, Fabs. You don't want to get into the corners when those elbows come up. Medaglia and the Mez over the 110 as we get back to our lead. It's starting to tighten.
It sure is. You can see the dirt flying off the bottom of Wood's bike. He's actually G'ing out up the face and scraping the whole undercarriage. These guys are compressing fully, giving it their all. These are race conditions, and these guys are pushing hard. Right now, Josh Woods in the lead, and he's no stranger. He's won here before, back in 2001 on the Kawasaki.
Fasciotti with an inside line through the button hook. Oh, look at the beautiful line for Fasciotti as he scrubs outside, inside, and gets the measure on Woods as they drop down into the Shaw Valley. What a beautiful move.
Well, that's where Colton made the pass on Clegg on the outside. He just forced Josh way over, stole the position, stole the line, manhandled him. This is Woods' first race back. Here it is. Clicks out to the outside. Colton just very stylish. Comes in, clicks the other way. Now look, Woods lands it perfectly. Colton kind of bounces, leaps ahead. Right here now, half a wheel shows Josh to the side of the track. Josh has got nothing to do but hit the brakes.
I still think the desirable line is the inside line, but you got to get in underneath that bush. So it's a tough one. Very aggressive riding for Fasciotti. It looks like this is the battle for third. I think Clegg has gone down or fallen back. Number 14, Jeff Northrup on that Denny's whole shot Kawasaki in third. Paul Carpenter in fourth.
Great battle there. Fasciotti, see the leg work, keeping that inside leg nice and high. You don't want your leg to hit the dirt because it can pull you off the bike like it did to Jimmy Nelson and Ben Evans. Fasciotti right now pulling a huge gap on Woods.
He looks fantastic on the motorcycle, Brian, and leading. How about that? Colton Fasciotti is leading right now. The battle for third heating up. The inside line through that right-hander is the desirable line as they get into the rhythm section. Oh, I just love the style. Oh! Andrew Boleyn got it all wrong, Brian, coming out of the trees, and he went down hard.
You don't really see how fast that part of the track is until a guy crashes. You can really see the speed. He's okay, but he is well shaken. He gets a little crossed up. See that in those hard ruts he lands? That's just like Supercross cement there on the infield. He takes a heck of a digger.
Big flying W for Boleyn as we get back to the rhythm section. Number 14, Jeff Northrup in third place, being hunted down by Paulie Carpenter with that inside line. That's the one where Jimmy Nelson went down in the last moto. Is it working for Carpenter? No way. Northrup carries. Brian, look at how rough and choppy it is through there. The ruts are causing havoc all over the place.
Northrup, the master of repassing. When someone passes him, he's so slick at getting them right back. Fasciotti doing everything picture perfect out front. Josh Woods, after missing several rounds, coming back to sit in second. He is gonna be pumped.
To the Shaw Valley, Carpenter on the inside with that step up. Remember, we said it changed this year on an angle, the outside line. Oh my goodness, very aggressive as he drops back down into the valley and takes over third place. NorCal looks like he's backing it off slightly.
What that was Carpenter just took the punishment for the pass. I think NorCal's starting to get tired. Under pressure like that, you expand so much energy. Now I think Northrup has backed it off a bit. He's going to settle in where he is.
Number 4, Simon Homan slings by number 42, Mason Phillips for 8th place. We've got some great battles all over the track, Brian. Little clusters of riders that are moving through the pack and weaving their way through the lappers.
It is just brutal out there. Look at these riders bouncing everywhere. battles throughout the whole racetrack. Marco Dubé now having a peek on Northrup. Northrup looks like he's got trouble. I think that's more than just tired, Traz. He is way off the throttle.
To the battle for sixth, number 9, Chuck Mesley on the inside through the international section, and he's got part-time MX1 rider Michael Willard on the outside into the extreme button hook right. Oh my, what a shot! Mesley with the inside line, and Willard carries speed and slingshots by for sixth.
Those two great buddies off the track. You can see Willard kind of look over and blip in the air, having some fun with Chuck, but in the corner, it is serious stuff. The battle for second is getting hot. Paul Carpenter on Josh Woods. Looked like he had him, and he hit that big kicker coming out of the corner. Again, Carpenter inside doesn't double, makes the pass.
Ryan, that's where Carpenter crashed yesterday in the practice, and he was down hard and hurt. Very sore knees, yet he doesn't mind. He gets aggressive, and that's right. That's the one thing I like about Carpenter. He will take the punishment to make the pass.
Well, you know, once the gate drops and you're racing, the pain goes away. It really does. At the end of the race, he's going to feel those knees. But right now, it is adrenaline overload. The battle for 7 trials is hot.
Simon Holmes is on a tear, Brian, as he slings by number 9, Chuck Mesley. Number 50 on that Rockstar Suzuki, Josh Woods, comfortably in 3rd place. Remember, this is his first race back since the very first moto of the season where he went down and separated.
And boy, was he handling those rocker sections right there, just on the gas with a beautiful rhythm. Colton Fasciati now using the outside on the off-camber. He's having fun. Love the legwork. Reminiscence of JSR. Colton Fasciati, he's taking it home. Trav's coming in for the checkers.
This will be his 2nd win in Canada in the MX1 class. Starting to show some dominance, Brian. You give him a chance, he gets out in front, and Colton Fasciati can win on that Blackfoot Direct Yamaha. What a beauty.
Love the fist pump right at the camera. Stick around. We're going to interview him next.
This Wednesday night on Speed, Street Tuner Challenge. It's the tuner scene's ultimate test. And to make the grade, it takes skill, strategy, and style. Street Tuner Challenge, Wednesday night, 10 Eastern, only on
Ever wonder why, if the money-making plans you've heard so much about are really so good, why do they make you pay hundreds and thousands of dollars up front? Mary Gersten, once a desperate single mom of 4, stumbles onto the CMPS money-making secret and shocks the world when she reveals these secrets absolutely free. That's right. For a limited time, you can get Mary's little-known 45-day secret shortcut report in audio that shows you how to put as much as $300 royalties per day in your pocket for free. Just log on to www.mywebcashbusiness.com and request your free report in audio called the 24-Hour Web Cache Secret, and discover how this jealously guarded secret can help you quickly and easily make money from the comfort of your kitchen table. Warning! This offer is strictly limited and can be withdrawn at any time. Log on to www.mywebcashbusiness.com right now and discover Mary's CMPS secret and why it's almost a license to print money.
The 24-hour webcast secret could eliminate all your roadblocks to success forever. Take advantage of this free offer right now.
Nice shot of Josh Woods getting the Royal Distributing hole shot with the Monster Girls to the leaderboard. How about Medaglia? Great moto. Marco Dubé, the model of consistency. Willard hangs tough, as does Holmans, Mesley, Phillips, and Keith.
Well, that number 10 is looking to go number 1 at the end of this year. Colton, unbelievable, dude. I seen you this morning at breakfast. I forgot you won. Dude, that was a plain and simple, just amazing ride.
Yeah, you know, I got off to an awesome start out there, and still not used to quite running out front there, but I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I've made a few mistakes, but other than that, I felt awesome out there.
Well, he's been gone since round number 1. Coming in, Josh, man, got a great start. The Royal Distributing whole shop, I did a couple extra $100 there, but a great moto, admirable ride. You gotta be happy about that.
Yeah, super happy for the first ride back. You know, I didn't know what to expect coming into the weekend. You know, I'm not quite 100% yet. Definitely physically not 100% yet with my shoulder, but you know, I just gritted it out. Tried to ride smart at the end. I backed it off a little bit, and you know, but I think I rode smart, and I need to do the same thing the second moto, you know, and just slowly progress as the races go on. So, you know, I don't need to go out there and kill myself first one out.
All right, Babs, so the Suzuki Women's Nationals, this is round 3 of 5. The women out on the same track that the men are running, and this is a tough track. Heidi Cook with an early lead. Noticing Heidi Cook with the big Monster M. She got a brand new sponsor for this round. Jolene Van Butte taking care of some Sydney out there.
She's practically over jumping the finish line table on the gas big time. She's got that #1 plate for a reason, but check out the challenge from Carly Poznankov, number 59, also on a Suzuki. Suzuki's showing out here really well.
Definitely, and Heidi Cook was definitely the fastest rider on the track, leading the championship right now, but we had some battles. Number 7, Jocelyn Killo on the Suzuki looking good. Jessica Foster on her home track with that outside line. Jessica's been in the mix and on the podium almost all season. And there's number 6, Missy Hackett, very aggressive on this track.
Yeah, Missy's from Chilliwack, British Columbia. Mallory Prock-Navy, she was a regular podium finisher last year and the year before the women's class. She's having troubles, but look at the style on young Heidi Cook. She wins it. There's Jessica Foster, 3rd, Jolene Van Voot in 2nd, and of course Heidi on the top of the box.
In snowmobiling, you're a world sensation. In motocross, you're a rising star. 2 different ways to look at it.
Definitely two extremes for sure. You know, snowcross comes a lot easier to me. I'm able to go out there and feel, you know, really comfortable all the time, and I've been able to have great success at that. Motocross, I've had to work really hard for pretty much my whole life to get to where I am, and each year I've been steadily improving and getting closer and closer to where I want to be, which is, you know, a top rider in the AMA series in the States. And you know, I think with a few more years, we're going to be right up there, and I'm definitely going to keep pushing until I get there.
He pushed in the first moto. He took the checkers. He's getting his focus for Moto 2.
Are you one of the millions of people who think you just can't learn a new language? The problem isn't that you can't learn, it's that you've been using the wrong method. Well, thanks to our breakthrough software called Rosetta Stone, learning a new language is now incredibly easy and a whole lot faster.
I've probably learned more in the first 2 weeks than I have in months of taking formal classes.
Unlike traditional methods that require hours of tedious translation and memorization, with Rosetta Stone you're actively engaged in each lesson. From the very beginning, you'll see real-life images and hear native speakers.
El caballo corre.
This powerful combination teaches you to think in a new language, not memorize, so speaking comes naturally. You'll learn far more easily and more quickly.
I've used a lot of different mediums, the books, the tapes, and it just, bar none, it's the best one that I've ever used.
I was one of those people who thought they could not learn a language, and I needed to learn a language for my job, so I needed to learn Spanish. And I learned Spanish quickly, and I did it through Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone is so fast and effective, it's used by the U.S. State Department, NASA, the U.S. Army, and Fortune 500 companies, and is the world's leading language learning software.
It's almost like having your own person there teaching you, your own private tutor who is just very relaxed in your home with you, sitting there teaching you the language.
Rosetta Stone is the fastest way to learn a new language, and to prove it, we'll send you our amazing demo CD, absolutely free when you call. There's no obligation to buy. Right away, you'll see for yourself just how fast and easy it is to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone.
This really is a great program.
I believe that you can learn any language with this program.
If you're serious about learning a language, there's no easier way to do it than with Rosetta Stone.
Call the number on your screen now and see for yourself why Rosetta Stone is the fastest way to learn a language, guaranteed.
Welcome back to Wild Rose MX Park in downtown Calgary, home of the international sensation Calgary Stampede. Second MX2 Moto, the Monster 30 board is up, and the boys are on the line. And this moto will be brought to you by Extreme Motocross Apparel.
And they've got some fine-looking riding gear this year. The Extreme team does. Monster board to 5 Travs. Who's going to get the Royal Distributing whole shots?
Let's look to those 10 inside gates, Brian. That's where it came from before. Jimmy Nelson with a good line. I love Davenport on the inside. But it looks like number 1, Jimmy Nelson on that Blackfoot Direct. Toyota Yamaha with the Royal Distributing whole yeah.
Nye right in there. Oh, big carnage, big carnage. Look, our first moto winner, number 103. That is Tucker Hibbert. He's way back.
Look at the start for number 999. That is Zach Patton from Goodrich, Minnesota. He's up in the top 5. We also saw Nye and Davenport as well.
Andy Boleyn with a great line on the outside. Whoa, look at Nelson hit those braking bumps. furiously tossing himself into the corner. Davenport third. Loving that kid. Patton in fourth. A great start. He's getting his name on the map.
With the Flyboys, Evans and Urquhart as they scrub through the Scott Lockoff cam, Brian. I love this part of the track. Back to Nelson in the lead. There we have Nye in second place. Davenport in third. Look at the options through there, Brian.
Jimmy Nelson setting a furious pace at the front of the pack. These guys all just struggling to keep him in sight off the 110-foot tabletop. What a great sight.
Coming out of the back valley, Brian, look at this cluster for third place. Patton leading the charge. Urquhart and Evans doubling up through the international section. And here comes the beats.
What hang time for these riders as they flow down, giving it 110%, beating on the outside, railing off of that single, takes two positions in one move. Kyle Beaton in fifth place now has his sights set on Ben Evans for fourth. Evans is in trouble with the way Beaton's riding right now.
Back to our leader, number one, Jimmy Nelson. Very rough down in the bottom of that Shaw corner, Brian. Remember, Nelson was sick this morning and last night. Give that guy a lead, though. He can tear up a track. Back to the battle for third place. Davenport in third, Evans in fourth, and Beaton in fifth as they swing up through that lifter. Beaton with the inside line.
I like Beaton squaring off. He looks dangerous. Goes wide here. We haven't seen a lot of guys take that outside line. Meanwhile, Evans takes Davenport for third place up out of the off-Camber Valley section. And the dirt here is primo. Really good loam they've trucked in here.
Brian, we're talking about how wide the track is. It gives riders options, especially coming out of that Shaw Valley on that lifter. You can go outside or inside and make a pass. Eric Nye comfortably in second, Evans in third, and Kyle Beaton has gotten by Davenport. He's now in fourth, the fastest rider in the track so far.
Well, through that Roosevelt soil, you can see Davenport kind of following Beaton's lines. Beaton ultra fast. Tucker Hibbert has worked his way all the way back up to 8th place. He is on a tremendous charge to the front of the pack. Davenport now working backwards. He's in 5th. Oh no, Eric Nye has fallen off the motorcycle. That puts everyone up a notch.
Beaton making a move on Evans on the inside, dropping back down into the Shaw Valley. He has second place. Holy crap, Beaton's on a tear.
Is he ever? Evans goes wide out there to try and find some smooth terrain, but Jimmy Nelson on cruise control, gapping the field, riding really smart, and Beaton has a moment, steps off, the bike keeps it running. Ooh, he's a bit slow. I wonder if he knocked the wind out of himself.
Just as we were talking about how well Beaton was doing, he goes down and has a problem. Now he's got a battle with Eric Nye as they work their way into the international section.
Watch Nye ride. He really rides the back of the motorcycle. He sits back a lot, keeps the front end light. A really nice technique for Eric Nye. Great battling just inside the top 10 with Kiefer, Hibbert, Potter, and Patton. It is gang warfare in Calgary.
Look at the line for Potter crossing over onto the inside and takes care of Patton. Now Beaton working up on Urquhart. Kind of a quiet ride for Urquhart. Always in the top 5. I like that guy. Beaton on the inside through the off-camber. Carrying speed, Brian. Now into 4th place.
Super aggressive, and he's got great lines. He's squaring off everything, missing all the bumps, going for that smooth terrain, as is Jimmy Nelson, starting to really search for a smooth way around. And there's not a lot of smooth lines out here, so riders have to be very creative traps. The trap they fall in here, though, is holding on too tight when it's rough like this. They got to relax the grip and let the motorcycle dance underneath them and all that chop.
Number 29, Gray Davenport in 3rd place. You just saw Beaton in 4th. And look at Eric Nye working up on Urquhart. That was the battle for 5th place. Here we go for 3rd, coming out of the Shaw Valley. Beaton on the inside. Oh, Davenport with the look back, and Beaton swings by him, and he didn't even double through there.
It's all line choice right here, and Beaton has got it figured out. He has got his eyes open. He's finding lines no one else is. Jimmy Nelson riding the high side of the rut. Whoa. He is on cruise right now, barring disaster. I don't think anyone's going to catch Nelson.
The battle for 4th is absolute warfare. Nye on the inside. Does he have Davenport? No, Davenport slings through the rut. Let's go trackside with Ryan.
Kyle Beaton, the top Canadian in the MX2 West right now. Currently sitting in 3rd position. He went down, he's back up. We just saw him have a bobble over there. That kid is always on the gas and always entertainment. I can't wait to get him up on the podium.
Big news at the front of the pack is Tucker Hibbert. He has passed Eric Nye and Gray Davenport for 4th place. So Hibbert all the way from near last. What a great shot of Nelson. Jimmy, feeling it in Calgary. And you know, Blackfoot Motorsport Complex is just the bottom of the hill here. That's where the dealer sits.
Beaton is tearing this track apart. He's made it all the way back up on Ben Evans for second place. There it is. There's Evans in second. And look at the lines for Beaton. He is twisting it hard today.
Taking the last lap flag. Evans solid all day, but Beaton charging hard. Jimmy. Looks like he's got half a lap to the checkers. There it is. Beaton squaring off. Coming out of the button hook traps. He has got his sights set. Obviously, Evans protecting the inside, riding well. Kyle's got the leg back and the gas taped.
Jimmy's got to like the fact that he got the whole shot and took the lead. Oh, Beaton coming out of the Shaw Valley on the step-up, Brian, with that inside line, finally doubles and takes second place with a great pass. Talking about Nelson leading wire to wire right now.
Super aggressive move by Beaton, doing what he has to do to make that last lap pass.
Number 1, Jimmy Nelson, your points leader in the MX2 West, takes the checker flag and the second moto win. He's got to be pumped. So has his team. But how about Yamaha Motor Canada and number 20, Kyle Beaton, finishing second on the day in this moto, looking good.
Big arm pump for Beaton on that Clearbrook bike. Evans has to settle for third. Tucker Hibbert works his way all the way to fifth. Good day for Urquhart, Nye, Potter, and Sharon.
With the winner of the second MX2 moto, the victor goes to spoils. Jimmy, that was a great ride for you, buddy. You got out there early and you just checked out.
Yeah, you know, had a bad first moto. Pretty bummed out about that. I've been sick all day, man, all day yesterday. I didn't get no sleep last night, so didn't have no energy at the end of that first moto. I was really worried about the second moto, but you know, I was able to come through the pack, and I was able to get a good start and pull out a good lead in the beginning, and then just kind of cruise from there.
With number 20, Kyle Beaton, a great second MX2 moto. Kyle, you went down there, you had some problems, but boy, did you battle back hard.
Yeah, I know, I'm pumped. Can't thank everyone enough for cheering me on. I could hear the fans cheering. It just made me push that much harder. I had some troubles at the beginning. I just put my head down and charged hard, and I started catching those guys fairly quickly, and I just started pushing, and I got them on the last lap.
The intensity fills the air in Calgary. MX1 boys, get ready to battle.
NASCAR on speed. It's Sprint Cup.
Try to make it better, a little bit faster.
Nationwide and Craftsman Truck Series testing.
We got a lot of unknowns coming at us.
On NASCAR Preseason Thunder. Coverage from Las Vegas continues tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Be there.
Guys paying booking fees on this flight? I'm on it. Let's go, no fee. So, I see you're paying booking fees on that flight.
Yeah, it's no big deal. What are you doing?
It's no big deal, right? Nofi doesn't like it when people pay booking fees. Makes him angry.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Priceline. Hey, no booking fees.
Don't you love to negotiate?
Introducing no booking fees on flights at Priceline.
What do you know about computers?
My daughter definitely knows how to use a computer better than I do half the time, and she's 3.5.
Hi, I'm John Scherer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. I've been hearing comments like that for over 18 years now. Listen to this.
I did the Excel, and it was a lot of fun. I had a real good time. I learned a lot.
The difference, just 1 hour with one of my CDs, and they're easy to use. The CD plays like a video on your computer screen. Just follow the step-by-step instructions. And if you call right now, I'll send you any lesson of your choice free. The reason I can do this is because I know that once you try my product, you'll come back to us for all your computer learning needs. If you can't learn for any reason, I'll not only refund your shipping and processing, but I'll send you $10. So learn a new skill in less than an hour. Try my product.
I think that's the most fun I've had learning something about the computer.
To get your free computer learning CD, you must call now.
Call 1-800-348-0359.
Number 10, Cole Fasciati must have confidence like no other right now. The last two first motos, he's taking the cake. If he gets off the gate one more time, number 10 is definitely going to be hard to beat here in Calgary, where his home sponsor, Blackfoot, is from.
Riders are on the line for the second MX1 moto, and this one will be brought to you by FMF. Can you feel the power? Brian, Wild Rose MX Park. They put on a great show today on an excellent track. Monster board goes to 5.
You got it, you got it. Woods got the whole shot the first time around. Out of the covered gate, off the concrete, launching pad. Looks like it's coming from the middle of the pack this time. No, they go wide. Inside riders. Who else is it? Paul Carpenter, his teammate Jeff Gibson right there.
Paul Carpenter with that Royal Distributing hole.
Yeah, and that's quite a few of those shots for him this season. Fasciotti takes a peek on Gibson. There's a little contact. And I like the rockstar machine of Medaglia sitting for him.
How about the start for the pair of Cernix Kawasaki's as Medaglia goes inside and slips into second. What a start for that young pilot.
Ooh, a little bobble there, and he gets by Fasciotti. He's into second, and he's just a little guy. I tell you what, showing well. He's been plagued with injuries. The Scott Lockoff cam shows the boys scrubbing through.
Up to our leader, number 101, Paul Carpenter. Medaglia in second, Fasciotti in third, Gibson, Woods, Phillips, Dubé, and look at the start for number 46, Julian Cerny on that Chunks Motorsport Kawasaki.
Number 72, Drew Clegg with a great start as well. Davey Frazier from the East Coast up in the mix. Fasciotti, he's got his sights set on Medaglia, but it is a long moto. These are 30 minutes plus 1 lap motos. He's got lots of time to work his way up.
Woods goes inside on Gibson and takes 4th place. As we move back in the pack, look at how rough that part of the track is, Brian. It's tough to get flow early in the moto with all those riders in there.
So many fast riders outside of the top 10 as well. You can see NorCal getting cross-running. Fasciotti has a peek and he takes out. Was there some contact there, Travers?
Oh boy, what a pass for Fasciotti. He wanted that line, got aggressive and got it. Medaglia, though, holding tight in 3rd place. I like the way that guy is riding the big bike. I'm very surprised that he has that much poise this early in his career.
I am very surprised. I am pleasantly surprised with Medaglia on the 450. Of course, when we go back east, he'll be back on the little 250F MX2 bike. Look at the beautiful tabletop over-under here in Calgary. A great layout for the riders and spectators.
Thinking about Paul Carpenter, how good is he in second motos? Right now he has the whole shot and he's leading. As we get back to Josh Woods' pair, Suzuki's up in the mix, and Jeff Gibson, who's becoming a perennial good starter.
Gibson going down in the first moto, wants to show his team that he is worthy of a podium position. Fasciotti, now he's got Medaglia behind him. He's got Carpenter in his field of vision. And that shot just shows the perspective on the size of these valleys, Travs.
Some flat tops, but as they work their way down into the valleys, that's where all the ruts are. And at this point in the day, Brian, really hard and drawing out. And remember, we talked about there was no flow with those ruts. They kind of cross back into the track.
Medaglia looks like he's finding some flow in 3rd, stealing some lines from Fasciotti. Northrup aggressive on Phillips on that outside-inside line. A great pass. Phillips kind of gets mired up that 6th place. Now, Pierce Chamberlain, privateer, number 40 on that white Yamaha, Travs. He's sitting 10th.
Willard in 11th place, Blair Morgan with another mediocre start. Clegg, and how about Kevin Rookstall, number 202, up from the States with a nice start.
Showing well, Keith's back there just inside the top 15, but Blair Morgan, terrible starts, but he is moving rapidly forward, passing guys, so we got to keep our eye on him. Tyler Medaglia is not letting Fasciotti get too far away, nor is Carpenter getting too far away from Colton.
Blair Morgan down in that left side valley looking for that crisscross line on Michael Willard. Does he have it into the international section? Some great battling out here inside the top 10.
Willard looks over. Morgan has a different scrubbing technique, still able to really keep the bike low. He's really cooking right now on this track.
Brian, where's Medaglia? There goes number 10, Colton Fasciotti in 2nd place. I do not see Medaglia. Oh no, Brian. He is off the track and he is checking his chain.
His chain has fallen off, Travs. He's got to get that thing back up on the sprocket. Dubé up close and personal on Chuck Metzley, fighting for 7th place, leaps up the inside. What style on Marco Dubé, grabs a position. Here comes Blair Morgan. He's taking punishment. He's bouncing off stuff. He is on a tear.
The Noof, number 6, Ryan Lockhart in that Rockstar Suzuki gets by number 202, Kevin Ruckstall. That is just outside of the top 10. Brian, look at how rough it is down in the bottom of that valley, and Fasciotti is not giving up in 2nd place.
Looks like Fasciotti has some smoother lines right here. Look at this, landing like butter. Not really putting much of a charge on Carpenter, but our 3rd place rider right now, Josh Woods, has stalled and got cross-rutted. There goes Gibson for 3rd. Woods loses 1 position. Now he's got that Rockstar Suzuki in 4th.
Josh Woods getting sorted out now in 4th place, but how about Blair Morgan on a supercharge? Mason Phillips on the inside, dropping back down into the Shaw Valley. Brian, coming into the inside, what line do you like?
I like Morgan right there taking the punishment. Morgan already passed Dubé. Now he's past Phillips. He's up to 6th place. He is moving up hard. This is what we need to see from Blair Morgan. He's a fantastic rider. He's just had terrible luck all year. He needs a podium to get his confidence back.
Dubé carrying speed outside to inside, gets by teammate number 42, Mason Phillips, for 7th.
Battling throughout the field, tour leader Paul Carpenter, who has stretched things out a bit on Fasciati, riding the wheels off that Monster Energy Kawasaki. I'll tell you, these two are meant for each other. Cernix, Kawasaki, and Paul Carpenter.
Blair Morgan finding speed all over the track, has made his way up on number 14, Jeff Northrup. This is the battle for 5th. I like the way Blair Morgan is using the whole track, Brian. That's experience.
Blair Morgan, a two-time national champ here in Canada, ultra close to Northrup. Morgan, an icon in the action sports world, showing why he is on the Blackfoot team and why he will be representing Canada at the Motocross Des Nations.
If he could just get a good start, for crying out loud, the number 40 of Pico Chamberlain in 11th place, holding off the factory Rockstar Suzuki and Ryan Lockhart, who just does not seem to have any flow today.
It's hard to find the flow in that choppy stuff, but Carpenter has found it. See him braking in midair, settling the bike, getting the bike just level there. He's having fun, even in these difficult conditions. This is a great racetrack. Colton Fasciati now has settled down a bit into second. He's happy there, but Blair Morgan is not settled down. All in black. He's the Black Knight moving to the podium.
Blair Morgan is definitely on a charge. I don't think we've seen something like this from him in a long time. Now into 4th place as he gets by Woodsy. And here's our leader, Paul Carpenter. Oh, poetry in motion, as you like to say, Brian, through the international section.
Yeah, Carpenter pulling away now. Fasciati solid in second. But it is still up to these two riders to sort out the final podium position. Gibson under pressure right now from Blair Morgan.
Oh, Lapper trouble as he comes through that inside line, Brian. That's the option. And Blair Morgan swings by and takes 3rd. What a turn of events for Jeff Gibson as Blair Morgan steals that final podium spot and is now in 3rd.
Wow, last lap, that lapper was a nail in the coffin for Gibson. He is going to be furious at the end of this moto, but lappers, the same for everyone. So now Carpenter cruising in. He's got just a couple turns now on that Monster Energy Cernix Kawasaki. Paul Carpenter taking yet another moto win, Travis.
Out of the off-camber, the second moto specialist, number 101, Paul Carpenter. Oh, busting a big wheelie en route to the finish line and takes the checkered flag. He is your second MX1 moto winner.
Great ride from the pilot from upstate New York, and the thumbs up from Paulie.
Coming soon, Premiere Week on Speed. All new original series. Discover a new high in low.
Are you living the low life?
Cross the line in Super Machine.
Epitome of a super sports car.
Meet a new breed of high school hero.
Better than any football game I've ever seen.
Plus, an all-new season of your favorites.
Let's race, heads up.
New rivalries. New adventures. New battles.
I'm really excited.
Premiere Week begins February 18th on Speed.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Worked on boats my whole life. It's in my blood. It's an exciting job. How many people can say I flew to Jamaica this weekend to go work on a boat? If you're serious about the boating industry, of making it a career, you need education. Wildtech provided me with that foundation. They have the same vessels that you'll be working on once you get out into the field. A lot of respect in the industry for its training. To play on multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment, we have a little bit of pirate in us.
Get on the fast track to a career. Train with Wildtech. 1-800-730-4924.
The extreme power of Energizer Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 1-800-496-6951.
Watching the 2007 Canadian Motocross Championships on Speed. Brought to you by Scott, the leader in motocross eyewear, and FMF, Feel the power.
To the Yamaha leaderboard, Blair Morgan makes his first appearance on the box. Jeff Gibson solid all day. Woods with a good comeback. Northrup, Dubé, Keaston, Phillips rounded out with Mesley.
Looking to knock 100 numbers off of that at the end of the summer, and he's doing a damn good job of it. When that gate dropped, that was a statement. You wanted that moto bad.
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to pride myself on getting out front and trying to win this thing, you know, and there's a lot of guys, a lot of stuff going on, and I just want to be that guy that's up there every weekend and try to get the championship. So I definitely wanted to make a statement, and Colton rode really good. He kept me really honest the whole race, and that track was just brutal, super rough, and really tough. So I just I'm glad I'm up here. I mean, my Monster Energy Cernix Kawasaki was working great.
The ride of the year for anybody who's been to a motocross race in Canada, man, that was a charge, dude. I think you need to work on your starts, though. Your starts are horrible.
I had a good start in the first one, and they red flagged it. So, yeah, definitely getting bad starts. I had 19th pick on the gate there for that second moto, so it's pretty tough to get a good spot. So, I just felt good. I felt like I had the speed to run the top guys all weekend, and yeah, I feel good. I just want to keep that Yamaha Blackwood up the top.
Let's see where they stand after 3 of 4 in the MX2S. Jimmy Nelson is your leader. Ben Evans and Eric Nye are tight. Davenport, Beaton, and Hibbert looking good. McGlynn, Hoyer, and Sharon round out your top 10.
To MX1 after 5 of 9, Carpenter an insurmountable lead. Dubé's hanging tough with Waugh out. Bastiani's in the mix, and unfinished business rounding out the top 10. A great day of racing here in Calgary. I want to thank you for joining us, and our thoughts are with Mitch Cook and downrider Jeff DeMett. Let's hope they have a speedy recovery. See you next time.
For Ryan Gauld and Brian Coster, I'm Mark Chavers. Hey, see you, Calgary.
It's round-the-clock racing on the Speed Report. One of the biggest fields ever takes the green at Daytona's brutal Rolex 24. We'll tell you who's still standing at the checkers. After 12 long years of icy relations, these guys might finally be thawing out. Robin Miller on a possible end to racing's longest rift. NASCAR packs it up at Daytona after a solid month of testing. Next stop, Vegas. And what's the Supercross Series going to do without its biggest star this season? Just ask Chad Reed. Plus Valencia's multi-car Formula One test. Who's hot, who's cold, and who's just playing it cool? The Speed Report starts now.
The Speed Report is driven by BF Goodrich Tires.
Hello there, I am Nicole. He's Drew. Possibly some mega news in American open wheel racing. Robin Miller will join us on that in just a bit. But first, what have you done the most of the last 24 hours?
Let me see. I don't have enough time.
I personally have spent much of the time in front of the TV. It's bad.
Yeah, it's a huge field at the Rolex you're talking about, Nicole. And for my money, the coolest lineup that you'll see in motorsports, you have guys from nearly every racing discipline in the mix at this thing. Michael Shank Racing on the front row to start, but 24 hours has a way of changing things from how we start a race.
A lot of cars, 66 of them started the 46th running of the Rolex 24 at Daytona. Green flag to cloudy skies and a few raindrops. Not a good sign for what's to come. Can't win the race in turn 1, but you can lose it. Contact for the 14 GT car, forcing 3 cars to retire in minute 1. Lap 1, A.J. Allmendinger taking a huge lead over the field. The 6th car would lead more than 100 laps over the next 24 hours. Caution number 1, and it was an eventful day for those yellows. Debris on the track for Elio Castroneves. His blown tire takes the nose off that Penske Taylor Racing number 9 car. They lose a lap, but they get it back fairly quickly.
24 hours consolidated into 2 minutes. Salvador Duran's bodywork flies off after his cold tires lose grip. He goes into the soft grass. A few laps later, back on track, fell from second place to 4 laps down. Wayne Taylor in the 10 car running at the top of the field, can't fire his engine. His crew tries to push start him on pit road. GT's flying by. A couple of close calls can be very dangerous right there. He is now 4 laps down. More problems for the O2 car. Duran gets into a GT car, then fast forward a few laps into the